Race number 9 is our feature race on Sunday. It's the Look Jewellery Cup 1400 metre Class 2 contest, headed by Citron Spirits, the last start course and distance winner, beating good standing. Conti drops in class behind Rathan, only beaten a neck last time out from barrier 14. World Record was a big winner last time out. 4 debutantes here. Furore with the blinkers on for the first time, won a 2 in the race for Frankie Law. Gold Chest for Richard Gibson. Heavenly Thought, the second of the Frankie Law runners, and King of Hearts debuts for Tony Cruz. Bear Slam, David Fries was last on debut, and down to Shanghai Master, who tries the course and distance for the first time. Now, we're at the touch screen to have a look at the speed map and some of the key races here, Brett, because it's a very interesting race with these horses coming with pretty decent credentials from overseas. But Conti was a massive run from a wide gate last time out, and he's come up at barrier 4 this time.
Yeah, and I think the picture here, as you can see, has it pretty much spot on. I think he will find the rail first, and then it's just a question of whether Regency Bobo sits outside, whether Joe wants to kick up and hold the lead, or he allows Regency Bobo to go further on and cross, because Conti's drawn 4, Regency Bobo drawn 8. Gold Chest, King of Hearts, both expected to show a little bit of speed, as is Heavenly Thoughts down here, but he might have to settle down there on the rail behind Magic Legend, who might be able to scoot in front of him. Furore probably the one to settle back of the newcomers. Shanghai Master's a question mark. He's got the pace to travel forward should they want to with him, maybe sort of put a little bit more pressure on these two up here. But at the end of the day, I think it'll be good whatever the case is, because Conti's not a sit sprinter. He's a big bowling type of horse. Yeah, and Heavenly Thought and Furore raced under the same name, although maybe pronounced slightly differently, and Gold Chest and King of Hearts, Naval Intelligence and Society Power, Paul.
Look, here is the big boy, Conte. Anyway, as Brett said, he does like to roll along, and it was a great run from him, fresh up. So if he doesn't bounce, he's going to be very tough to beat, and he's come up at a very short price as well. Gold Chest, here's one of the debutants. He looks like a really nice recruit here. He's had 2 trials. He's 11.07 pounds. Alexi Bedell will take the mount on him, and he comes with really good form from the UK. He looks a really nice type, and so does this one. King of Hearts. I've liked his trials. He's 1,006. King of Hearts, where is he? He's 1,066 pounds. He's had 2 trials. Tongue tie will go on for his debut run. Just drawn a bit awkward in 12.
Yeah, barrier 12 for him. Let's start though with Gold Chest. Unbeaten in 2 starts in the UK is Naval Intelligence for Jane Chapelheim. Alexi Bedell right on debut here.
You mentioned you're on some new horses, Alexi. Gold Chest is one of those. Has good form from the UK. First run in Hong Kong coming up on the weekend. You've had a lot to do with him. What can you tell us?
He's a talented horse, I'm sure, and he's a lovely ride. You know, he doesn't do too much in the morning, so I cannot wait to see how he can run in Sha Tin next Sunday. But it seemed to me that he's a talented horse. I hope he's quite fit enough for a first start, because it's never easy.
How fit do you think he is?
I think he's fit. I think he's a talented horse, so he's very easy to ride. You know, as I said, he doesn't do too much in the morning, so it's hard to judge.
Looking at his trial, his most recent trial on the dirt, he looked to be finishing well. Is that the sort of style of horse that you think he is?
Yes, I hope so. The trial was good, and I'm sure he's better on the turf. He looks like he would enjoy the good going, so I'm satisfied.
Yeah, he's clearly going to improve for this first event. He was a 33-to-1 shot when he won that listed race at Newmarket, so you know it wasn't expected. No, he's a clearly talented galloper, winning 2 from 2. But like you say, I mean, the race all of these horses are being set for is the Derby. It's a long way away, so you would hardly think that any of these first starters are going to come in cherry ripe to go first up. But talent will take them a fair way, and I've got him in the tips. I like him as a horse going forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around him as well. I've seen a few Twitter comments and whatnot going forward about him. His trials have been okay, and he does come with a big reputation, so interesting to see how he does go.
All right, well, this horse isn't heading towards the Derby. It will give us a fair idea about some of these new recruits. In World Record, this is a super run. Out wide as they turn in the wets, but I say it was a pretty good win. He's won 2 of his last 3. The other one being, keep an eye on here, is Regency Bobo down on the inside.
Yeah, it was a huge run, wasn't it, from World Record? Sexton was amazing, and he got right up on and to win right on the post. It was a really good run from him. Look, it was rain affected, but prior to this, he's run well on top of the ground. He had a second behind Victory Boys, and then he did come out and beat Rattan. So we know he's got a powerful finish, this horse. He'll be the one running on late.
Yeah, it's very difficult to leave him out. I think the cushion in the track made this win look a little better than it possibly was, but I don't want to sort of downplay it. It was a massive performance, and he's beaten a very good one in Super Rich. He just keeps improving, this horse. I thought he was on his mark 20 points ago, and here he is now almost to 100. He comes in a winner without penalty. He's carrying £2 less because of the rating span, so he's got to be one to entertain.
All right, this horse certainly has. He'll be a very short price favourite. Massive run first up behind Rattan. Conti, he's been back at the trial since.
I must admit, I thought it's going to be a real testing time for Conti because he did so much in his first preparation and got elevated to such a high mark. And I thought coming in first up into a Class 1, it was going to be a real test for him from a wide barrier, but he handled it like a true professional. And now I'm sort of thinking the other way. I think, you know, there's still a lot more to come from him. Judged on that first up performance, he's going to roll here. Who knows how high he can go, this horse.
Barrier 4 on the pace. There's a lot of positives, and that's why he's come up so short. He'll be the shortest price of the day.
He doesn't have a real turn of acceleration. He can run good sectionals, but he's a bit more like a Beauty Generation type. You know, he can chug along at the start and he can chug along at the end too. I'm not saying he's anywhere near Beauty Generation. The style in which he races.
That's a good category to be in, though.
We know what you mean.
Super road from Umberto last time. Inside gate this time. Joe jumps on board. King of Hearts we're looking at here. Last time he was on the racetrack in the UK, ran second to Expert Eye. Went on to win a Breeders' Cup turf race, the mile. Form reached quite well as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, that was in the Jersey Stakes. It was a Group 3 race around Royal Ascot, at Royal Ascot. So really good form from this horse. Tongue tie goes on. I really liked his trials, and this is a high-class trial, this one, with all these top sprinters in there, DB Pinhead, Owl and that. And I thought it was a really nice way he hit the line here. So he looks quite forward. He's just got barrier 12. I wish he'd drawn inside.
King of Hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah, finishing nicely. Won 5 out of 7, couple of placings. Hard to fault his record.
Yeah, the ones in front of them are all Group 1 horses in that trial.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's in the numbers, but who wins, Paul?
Well, Conte on top. It just depends what price he comes up. He's pretty short at the moment at 1.5. The two first starters, I think Conte's got all the horses we've seen race covered, but King of Hearts and also Gold Chest bring the unknown. And World Record, you can't ignore him after that run. So 2, 9, 7 and 3. I'll take the exotics because the 7 and the 9 have both come up at reasonable prices.
Yep, I think Conti gets out towards the front, eventually will work to the lead and run a same style race as Beauty Generation. He's got a lot to find on that horse, obviously, but he's very similar in the way that he applies himself. It's a solid run throughout for Conti, and that'll take the sting out of a lot of these first starters who have obviously got improvement to come. World Record can hit the line off the back of a strong tempo. He's shown that in the past by continually raising his handicap. Gold Chest, I think he'll cope with that real pressure early too and find the line nicely. And Citron Spirit's in good form too. So he deserved a spot in the 4, I thought. 2, 3, 7, 1.
Yeah, I'm not far away from those numbers either. Conti the one to beat, but I have got King of Hearts for the first starters in. Still 2 more races to go. Class 3. It's a good one though next over the 1600.